Chris, what's your reaction to that game and that defeat?
A bit disappointed, really. Yeah, I mean, obviously, after putting ourselves in a position where we only needed 270 or two in the game on what we thought was a very good pitch for batting as long as you applied yourself. We'd have backed ourselves maybe 9 times out of 10 to chase that down, you know. But again, obviously, like the first innings, we didn't get the best start, but it is a team sport and it requires a team effort regardless of who gets the runs. And obviously, in the second innings as well, the guys lower down the order sort of stood up and got us as close as we did with 12 runs to get. And unfortunately, we couldn't get over the line, but I think all in all, the game, first of all, is a great advert for cricket. And secondly, we can still take a lot of confidence from the game. I thought we bowled really well in both innings without getting some rewards at other stages. But again, Mags is just showing his class week in, week out again. But as I said, all in all, we can take a lot of confidence from this game with the way we played our cricket. And yeah, we were so close. Another 12 runs and I could be stood here talking about how we won the game.
How frustrating is it when you're out, when you've got so close to the line, you're having to watch the last few overs sitting up on the balcony?
Yeah, it's very frustrating because my plan was actually to walk off having been there at the end, but I got a decent ball from Miguel, who obviously bowled superbly all game. You know, he was the real difference for them. Tried to keep him out as much as possible, but yeah, he delivered a really good ball for me, and yeah, unfortunately I had to go then. But even when I got out, I still backed everyone coming behind me. You saw Joff there; he got off to a little bit of a flyer, but again, a brilliant catch. Every time you thought that right, we're gonna do it, they just kept pulling off a great catch, and I mean, credit to them. They stuck at it all the way through and got the win in the end.
It did seem to be a game, Chris, that was played in a good spirit. I guess you would know Miguel from your time over in Barbados.
Yeah, he actually made his debut with me. But I actually probably made my Barbados debut as well, back in 2012. And I knew exactly what he can do. I know his capabilities, and even since then he has improved immensely. You see him on the Test arena now. He took 6 wins last Test game. So yeah, he's rapidly improving. I know all about him. And obviously, although we lost, I'm quite pleased with him also, because seeing where he's come from, seeing the hard work he's put in to get where he is now, and he's got an opportunity to come over as an overseas, and there can be quite a lot of pressure like that. You saw in his first game, he didn't get many wickets, but he more than made up for it this game by bowling them to a match-winning 12 for, you know. So yeah, his performance was top class, and again, well deserved.
Let's talk about Sussex and Steve McGoffin, 10 wickets in the match. How good a performance was that, Chris?
Different level performance. I mean, as a unit, we bowled really well. I thought both innings, as I said, but Mike's just he seemed to find that a little bit more. He was probably in slightly consistent areas as more than the other bowlers who are probably attacking a little bit more and could potentially leak, which can happen. But you saw early in the season he probably didn't get the wickets that he'd like to, but in the last few games he's really showing his class and really having a strong finish to the season.
And he spoke about that, Chris, earlier in the week and said that it was difficult early season. Did he just work very hard on his game? What's the key to his success?
His consistency, really, his relentlessness, and his belief. You know, he knows he's a quality performer, and things won't always go well for you, you know. But he rode through that period. So even when he wasn't taking wickets, he was still picking up 2, 3, 4, and now all of a sudden he has 50 odd, going on to 60 wickets in the season. So I think that period where he probably thought he wasn't bowling so well, he was still picking up his little 2-fers and 3-fers and keeping himself ticking along, because when that big haul did come, he was off and running again, and as you see, he's up at 60 wickets again this season, and it's phenomenal effort. I don't know how many seasons in a row he's done it now.
5.
So, yeah. 5, there you go, 5 seasons in a row, and that speaks for itself.
What about yourself now, Chris? One more championship match to go. Will you be playing in that, and then what follows after that?
Yeah, expect to be playing in that, and yeah, you just have to wait and see what happens on selection for winter tours and what's not. But first and foremost, I can only, every time I put on a Sussex shirt and whoever I'm playing for at the time, put in good performances for them, and let everything else take care of itself. Really, I feel in good rhythm with the ball. I feel in good form with the bat. Um, Feeling good form in the field as well. So as a whole, I feel as though my game's in good order. So it's just a matter of keep building on that and keep improving. And because as you see at that England level now, the competition for places is very high. So I need to stay on top of my game, and I know that. So that's what I plan on doing. So we wait and see what happens selection-wise, and then take it from there.
And anybody watching today wouldn't imagine what a couple of weeks ago you're batting number 11 for the one-day side. I mean,
Yeah, that's life. As I said, competition for places is very high, and yeah, and that's the nature of it. But all I can do is anytime I get an opportunity, try to impress and somehow try to sneak out that order, you know.
Final question, could I just ask you about Jofra? Because, 2.5 months ago, many of us hadn't heard of Jofra Archery. He's really burst onto the scene. What next for Jofra in his development, Chris?
I think it's not to get complacent. He's had a brilliant start. He still needs to get a little bit stronger, and he still needs to obviously improve on his consistency as well. But so far, for a young player coming in his first season in county cricket, he's exceeded all expectations, you know, and so much so that even if he has, like, say, one bad over, one bad spell, because his expectation is so high now, you sometimes forget he's still only 21 and he can make mistakes and he can have a bad spell in there, because we all have done it and we all still do it at times. So it's for him, it's just maintaining that consistency, not getting too far ahead of himself, and just building on the good start he's had to his first class career, really. And you'll see much more to come from him. You're seeing little glimpses with the bat, you're seeing glimpses with the ball as well, and I think there's so much more to come from him. The world is oyster. He's a hugely talented cricketer, as we all can see, and yes, everything's down to him to keep proving that and keep improving on that.